what did win this year for Best Stout, it was some brewery in Oregon. Fuck. Welcome to Akihabeera, where the more we ignore the Japanese beer industry, the closer it gets. I'm Eric.
I'm Casey. Today we're jumping back into Minoh because the last one was so good, and we are having the Minoh Beer Stout.
That was beautiful. That was like 20 seconds.
Now let's talk for 40 minutes.
Now let's bullshit for 40 minutes. I picked this one up at Liquor Hasegawa, just like the last Minoh beer, although this one was only available at the Bizarro Liquor Hasegawa, not the big one next to Bubby's.
There's the long one, I feel.
Yep.
And then there's the deep one.
The short and fat one.
Yeah. Is this the short and fat?
The short and fat one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That seemed to have a bit more of a selection.
It has more beer. The other one has more gin and hard liquor, so I think.
Okay.
Like
so maybe,
stuff.
they're kind of senyo for each of them.
Sure. This beer has a pretty good pedigree. It was voted Best Stout at the World Beer Awards in England in 2014. It's quite recently. Although this year it only took the bronze. I kind of looked at the World Beer Awards a little bit, just because I was curious. I mean, it's one of those things where you pay a couple $100 to have your beer accepted into the competition.
Okay.
It happens once a year, but they have it in like 3 or 4 different places. So, I mean, I guess it's a legitimate thing. They do have to make money somehow. So
yeah, that's true. I suppose you would think they'd kind of make it an event and then charge people to come see it, and that's how they make money or something like that.
It's really interesting to watch other people drink beer, though.
Well, you'd get to drink it too, and then everyone casts votes or something. I don't know.
I don't know how interesting it is to watch other people drink and review beer. Although they do brag that they have thousands of beers submitted from about 60 countries. And the website the design is horrible, but it's broken up really nicely so you can see like the best beers in every category from Europe, from Asia, I think the Americas. Although Japan seems to dominate the Asian category, maybe not surprisingly. So this is one of Minoh's primary brews, of which there are 5. So you can get this kind of throughout the year. They have in the past also had an Imperial Stout. That one also won one of the World Beer Award things in 2013.
Was it a 6% Imperial Stout?
No, I think it was higher than that, although I couldn't tell you how high exactly. The concept behind this, they mentioned on their website, and they have different info on the neck label here. The concept behind this was kind of coffee and bitter chocolate and trying to create a stout that you could actually drink several of rather than just one and be kind of done with it. So that's what they were aiming for. We'll see if they nailed it.
Because we haven't tried it yet.
Right. Only 3 or 4 times. That being said, shall we?
Indeed.
Minoh Stout. That was an awesome stout.
That really was.
I like the sweetness that this one has.
Yeah. I think bitter chocolate's a really good way to put it. It's almost like a baker's chocolate.
Like a bag of semi-sweet potato chips, chocolate chips.
Yeah. Where there's that little bit of sweetness, but the bitter definitely shines through. I'm not really getting any coffee out.
I get coffee on the aftertaste a little bit, which is nice. Just a little bit, and not on every sip either. It's just kind of sometimes it rears its head. Yeah. The toasted malt a little bit too. What's really interesting about this that I'm really enjoying is like it's got enough of a complicated flavor that there's several
to pick
different
it apart and
every time I take a sip I get a slightly different profile. Like sometimes it's coffee and sometimes it's berries and sometimes it's chocolate, which is kind of cool. All right, now we're all going to enjoy some of the choice phrases on the side of this bottle. Silky textured with sweet rounded malt opening. I think that's what we're supposed to say for the first taste that we get.
Is the opening.
I don't know. I guess
we're learning, guys.
We're learning. We're getting there. Rich, roasty, meaty, creamy malt with a tiny, sharp edge to liven it up.
You're just going too far. Too many.
Roasty, meaty, creamy.
That's meaty. Oh, I love the fact that we threw that ground beef in there. Man, this is tasty.
This is tasty. I'm just enjoying the shit out of this. We need to drink more stouts because I'm feeling like the way that Irish stout one cut together, there's a lot of us just like having a wank on this beer, just like, oh man. Oh, it's so good. And this is turning out to be the same thing.
Yeah.
We can barely speak, but we're just like, oh man, it's so good. Thanks for joining us for another trip to Minoh's brew house. If you enjoyed this video, please like and or subscribe.
You can also check out our last video down below where we did the Suntory twins. That's not what I was supposed to talk about, yet here we are. We also have a Twitter.
All right. Thanks, guys. That was really fun.
Cheers.